Everything you've ever wanted is just on the other side of fear. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what have we got going on today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Altcoins are taking off, right? It was an amazing explosion today. We're looking at 12% in a few of them. Crazy, right? Is it the rally that we've been waiting for? Is it altcoin season? Is it going to be taking off? I don't know. I'm not here for financial advice. I don't really hold that many altcoins. Actually, I don't think I hold any altcoins at this moment, at least not any worth any value. I'm here for Bitcoin. So once again, I got a little bit of news. Kind of hard to come across some Bitcoin news today because everyone's talking about the altcoins. I do have one altcoin that I did want to talk about specifically. But besides that, we're here continuing to spread awareness. We're out here bringing you another episode. Smash the thumbs up button because it'll help push this video out right now so that we can get more people going in the chat, right? Because this show is all about the chat. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what you got going on. We want to know what you're thinking about these cryptocurrency markets and the price and what's going to be happening as we head towards September 23rd and back opens. Are we going to break to the upside? Are we going to break to the downside? And you know, it's here taking care of the chat for us, my lovely co-host, Sammy.
Good evening, everyone.
I'm so glad that you could be out here with us once again, Sammy.
Day number 2.
So how you feeling?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make tacos later. I mean, I cleaned the house a little. I didn't have a lot of expectations. I went to a job interview.
So it's Taco Tuesday at the Forest House.
Is it Tuesday? Oh,
it is Tuesday.
Yes, Taco Tuesday. Didn't even. Yep, just tacos sounded good.
So have we killed enough time out here? Have we talked about enough stuff? Have we ranted? Is there anybody in the chat? Are we doing that thing where we're just the crazy people with a compound down in the middle of the woods talking about the future of Bitcoin and how there's a secret war going on underneath the surface between cryptocurrency giving us independent freedoms, which are starting to bud and explode in the dark web, right? In the form of dark markets. And we're also starting to see nation states that have been cast out of the SWIFT system starting to lean towards a cryptocurrency of their own. Wrong idea of trying to create their own because, hey, why would you want their dollar when there's Bitcoin already out there?
I mean, yeah, you're kind of at a loss always. That's, you know. Okay, so Zach Bandera is here. He says first, and then he says tacos.
Zach, nice. I'm glad that you could join us, my friend. I appreciate it.
I do. I have like a 4-layer taco going on. They're huge. Yes. Okay. And that's it. That's all we have right now.
All right. Hey, 3 makes a party.
Right. This is now a conversation.
It's all right.
Because we're like one brain, so I don't know if that really is a conversation.
Well, I don't know. We bicker back and forth quite a bit. So I guess let's talk about the first one, Hashgraph, right? I've talked about this one a few different times on the air. You know, I talked about, because it's supposed to be a 3rd-gen cryptocurrency. I liked it a little bit, right?
Yes.
I've seen the speculative option of being able to make some money in an investment. Then they go ahead, and this was one of the first cryptocurrencies you've seen that they made a lot of KYC involved, right?
Oh,
and that you had to be accredited investor in order to be able to get in on it. So, I mean, instantly it turned me off.
Yeah, then you liked it a lot less. Yeah.
Then I liked it a lot less. And then the ideal of the cryptocurrency market had changed from there, right? We had realized that there will never be the introduction of another cryptocurrency where the fat cats don't get a chance to get it first, and then they're going to dump bags on the smaller people. And then if the technology works out, then it has a giant uphill battle to go to try to scale against Ethereum and Bitcoin and whatever else comes to fruition. So as we look at Hashgraph coming out, right, seeing not necessarily the greatest of returns.
No. They're down.
I don't know. I mean, is the opportunity and the potential still in there? But the price is down based on the fact that we're seeing a 3-round release of the H bars is their token. And their investors are going to be paid through the 3 different rounds.
Right.
The investors of $124 million. I mean, that is quite a bit. But we've seen projects, EOS,
Yes,
that
had,
raised
God.
large sums of money. I mean, billions.
Yeah, and how many they had so many platform stages, whatever those whatever levels, the thing that it was called. Yes,
The tiers.
Yes, there we go.
Talk to Chris Koenig, right?
Yeah,
he can tell you all about that. I remember he went on and on about it. The cryptoverse.
Yes.
I actually haven't seen one of his shows in a while.
You're right.
I wonder what happened.
Maybe he's not. Maybe I don't know.
I'm just thinking of this now.
You're right.
I don't know. A lot of YouTubers fell off. That bear market was hard.
Or you haven't watched him in so long, like YouTube dropped him and you didn't even know
Right.
it. He was like, "Oh, you don't really need this subscription. It's fine."
So, I don't know. I mean, it is a new form of technology. I mean, I see where it has the potential to do good in the short term. Oh, something crawling on me. In the short term, because it already has big business and big corporations involved.
Yes.
Right.
And a decent crap load of money.
And they have like that governance mechanism of voting, right? Because there's 13 and 39 members and all this other stuff. And, you know, that you can only be in for 2 terms consecutively and all this other stuff. So it just seems very political, right?
It's like they took like 2 or 3 already good current cryptocurrencies and tried to like just squish them all together, and I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I mean, we read that article 4 times, and let me tell you, I don't know. It is like, okay, I see what you're going for, but I don't know.
You seem to not know very much. So.
Not today, man. Not today.
So what's going on? Is there anything going on in the chat? Is Zach Mandero got any questions for us?
He says all the coins, YouTubers are Bitcoin maximalists now, and in the next alt season, they will start the showing again. Oh, so we should be seeing them soon then. That's what, you know.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if on the other side of the 23rd, we break to the upside, we get past that $11,000 barrier. I mean, I think that we might see a lot of people start coming out the woodworks, you know, but this is, I mean, see, it's another one of those things that Bitcoin, the price of it is speculated on a lot. And when you get to the situations on an event, right, to help them determine on whether or not the price should go up or down, it never seems to work out good. I mean, that's one thing I've noticed from being here.
You do get some of the people that are really cosmically lucky, I guess, but I mean, not a majority of us.
So, I mean, which way is Bitcoin going to break down? I mean, break out, right? Maybe that was the Freudian slip that I think it's going to break down.
Break down. I don't know. See, this is 15 years. Well, probably like 14 and a half, maybe. You know, that's retirement. That's when I'll care. Dude, I'm slaving for at least a decade. So it will work it out, okay? I mean, that's what I'm going with. Well, hi, Zaza.
Zaza, nice. I'm glad that you could make it, my friend. Please hit that thumbs up button. It'll push out that notification. I didn't hear the phones jingle, so I don't know if YouTube's not pushing our notifications.
Not our friend today.
Right. Huh? Once again, labeled one of those fringe channels because we fight for the revolution.
Maybe it's that we save revolution so much.
Right. Maybe we shouldn't.
Maybe the algorithm's just flagging the crap out of us and we don't even know it. Yeah.
Maybe we should start saying words like Donald Trump and Justin Timberlake. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know what buzzwords
Cinderella
are.
frappe. I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know.
So we have the U.S. Army Contract Command. So, I mean, I don't really, I'm assuming this is the section of the Army that does the contracts for civilians, right? Civilian corporations, individuals, whatever it is. And what we're seeing is that they're the ones that paid out $5.3 million this year to Chainalysis. We know who they are, right? We love them. We hate them. They're the ones that seem to be keeping track of everything that's happening out there.
They're holding hands with the man. Yes, they are.
Well, they're not going to let up, right? The U.S. government wants to keep track. They also want to see how they can utilize blockchain for themselves. So they went ahead and they've purchased, or not purchased, but gone into contracts with these other companies, Simba Chain and Constellation Data Management. So, I mean, I'm assuming the data management is going to be more for shipping.
Yes, like, blockchain, your weapons, your food, your whatnot.
They're putting out a contract, right, saying pretty much there was a lot of details. So if it's something that you're specifically looking into, go out there and create, they're looking for a NARC. They want a cloud-based NARC that they can use that's going to tell you all about what's happening. If you can, like, if you could point at a Bitcoin or a piece of Ether or Monero, well, not Monero probably, but Litecoin or something, they'll be able to track where it is, track where it's going in real time, tell them stuff, and they don't want it on hardware or software. They want it to be cloud-based.
Wonder why.
So it's just, yeah, the grip is going to get tighter, right? And I mean, this is one of these things we're constantly talking about is that, there's Bitcoin today, and there's what Bitcoin's going to be tomorrow, and then there's what Bitcoin's going to be in 5 years from now. And between here and there, the restraints are going to get tighter and tighter, right? As they want to try to control this. Because, of course, the U.S. government, the army, the everybody thinks they have the ability to control everything, right? I mean, that's why they call the USA the world, the police of the world, right?
We're something.
So they can't have a money out there that they can't control.
Well, yes, I'm sure it's making their little brains like.
Well, they're not really noticing it right now, and that's the problem. Is that Bitcoin's always underestimated, right? They don't understand the resiliency. They don't understand that with the need and the demand, it will happen. And as time goes on, and the divides between the haves and the have-not continue to grow because of the way that they treat the U.S. dollar, people will eventually open up their eyes one by one and come over to Bitcoin. And the 1.5% of the world will then become 2%, will then become 5%, will then become enough for the revolution to be apparent. It's just a matter of time. Now, are we talking about that me and you are going to be 50, 60 years old? It's a possibility. Or it could not be, right? We are constantly talking about that it's only going to take one big event for these things to all just kind of get set into motion. The dominoes have been getting lined up for year after year. I mean, everyone keeps liking to go back to the 2008. They like to go back and talk about when the U.S. dollar was taken off the gold standard. So these are just dominoes that to us are really far apart, but in the existence of a currency, in the existence of a society, these are just domino spaces apart.
I mean, sadly, our financial system is repetitive. I mean, just like how history repeats itself, and that is the downfall. Is how many depressions and how many recessions are we going to have? Like, and we're supposed to have such good financial backings and whatnots as the United States. So, I mean, really? Huh. All right. So Zaza said that he got a notification, and Zach Madera said that he got a notification.
Nice.
But that he hasn't been getting some of the other channels notifications.
You also have to check, because I've noticed that they have an option of occasionally, and that's usually where they like to put the dot. Like when you just
your
click
little
it,
arrow button goes there.
You have to click it to always. So.
Oh, YouTube, we love you so much. Okay, so Nomadic Giant is here. He says, good morning.
Awesome. I'm glad that you could join us.
BTC Boo Guy says, yo, elite Bitcoiners, made it. Thanks. And Paul Rouleau is here. He says, good evening.
Paul Rouleau.
Yay.
See, I think I should just sit out here and drink coffee for like 10 or 15 minutes and then let everybody come in. Because
just ramble about nothing for...
Right.
I mean,
well, I mean, because we just did our 2 news topics, and it's like everybody always seems to join, after we've been here for a minute. I don't know. I want to hang out with you guys, so of course I'm not going anywhere. We'll keep rambling on. I don't know if you really wanted to talk about this one, Samantha, but this I thought was ridiculous, and I'm sure this goes kind of hand in hand with some of the stuff we talk about all the time with Bitcoin. But Samantha went to this open interview today, right?
I did.
For the Hampton?
No, the Hilton.
The Hilton,
The
in
Hilton.
Ocala.
Mhm.
And
It's
I
a
mean,
larger one. It's supposed to have like snazzy stuff, like you
okay,
know,
and
weddings get thrown
Samantha
there.
is a well-qualified housekeeper, right? Who has worked at 5-star resorts when we lived in the Tampa area, right? And
Yep.
you've done this for several years.
Oh yeah, we're going on like 7 or 8 years now. I've done it professionally, pretty much nonstop.
So she goes and she brings her resume and all of that, and they're like, "Oh yes, you're exactly what we're looking for. We want to hire you. We want to get you started Monday. We want you to go take a drug test today at the office here in town, and we want to
for the background
sign this
check,
waiver for the background check, and we'll rush that right along so that you can start on Monday." And Samantha's like, "Okay, well, I'm making this amount now, and you know, I'm working overtime, and I really don't want overtime, so I was hoping maybe to get like, you know, a little extra more than that because I'm so qualified, or, you know, hey, at least keep the pay the same." They offered her $9 an hour and said there was nothing they could do about it.
Yep.
And it was like, I don't know where you can live nowadays where you're not paying almost $800 to $1,000 a month for just the roof over your head. So they expect you to work 3 weeks just for the roof over your head.
Yes. Yes, let alone all of the rest of the invasion of privacy, which is what I believe. I don't, you know, all of those, even though I am all good about it, it's like, really, you should be more money if you're really going to,
if your expectations are to be able to pass a federal background check and a drug test and have expertise in the area.
You want to know how much I type? I mean, it's like 25 words a minute or something. It's nothing. I mean, yes, it is like, if you want extra things, you should definitely equate that in your dollar bill amount. And no.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, to think that you can go out and pay that in what things cost nowadays. And what, unfortunately, the minimum wage is $8.47 here in the state of Florida.
Yeah, $8.60 something.
$8.60.
$8.40 to $60 something. Yeah.
I'm sure that in their mind, from their perspective, they're doing you a favor. They're like, "Oh, we're offering more than the minimum."
Oh no,
wage.
and I know that was her mind, because I was like, "Oh," and she was like, "Oh, but a lot of our room, because it's not housekeeping, you know, we're room attendants if you go to that level, apparently." But she was like, "A lot of our room attendants and banquet attendants have tenure, you know, I mean, 15, 25, 32 years," and it's like, you're not saying the words I want to hear, lady. Like,
I don't want to be sitting here cleaning these rooms in 15 years.
Tenure? No.
I want to be you in 10 years.
Like, wow. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, that was apparently a selling point. That was another, like, this just seems very evasive. I don't like any of this, and you're not giving me anywhere close to enough.
I mean, I see the ideal of getting less than, like, I mean, no matter how many hours you work, right? You go to work 8, 10, whatever it may be. You know, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is how much money you bring home at the end of the week, right? Because that's what you have to pay bills, you know. So if you're not making at least $100 a day, I can't see how they think they're.
Yeah, I know.
But to make that, then you're talking about $15 an hour, right? That's why everybody fights for the $15 an hour wage, because then you're talking, they're going to take $2 right off the top every hour for taxes. So then $13 an hour at 8 hours, right, comes out to about that $100. So then you're bringing home $100 a day, but it takes $15 an hour, which is double,
not
almost double,
wants to pay
almost double minimum wage.
Not in this state, anyways. Which, I mean, yes.
I know. I seen yesterday that they were hiring in Gainesville for they said IT professional. They were looking for somebody to help at servers with their servers, which is what I went to school for.
Yes.
You know, just entry level, and all you needed was 1 year experience and your A+ certification, which I have. $12 an hour.
At least it's in the
It's like,
AC.
that's less than I'm making now.
At least that's what I'm assuming. At least it's in the AC.
Yes, but it's like, that's less than I'm making now. So it's like, I'm going to take a pay cut.
All right. So, I am Faryab is here now. He says hello. Zaza says, ouch. Zach Mandera says 9 hours an hour is slavery.
Yes.
BTC Moon Guy says, hit the notification bell. Zach Bandera said that he used to make $5.15 an hour in 1998. I think because my very first job was McDonald's, and I was still in high school, so it was probably 97 or 98. And I think I got paid just shy of $6. It was like $5.50 or 60 something an hour. I thought that was awesome. I was getting like $100 or $200 paychecks. It was like, woo, I'm living large.
Yeah, but I mean, we've seen the escalation of the dollar bill just in our life. I mean, before everything used to be $5, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they even had this song, let me put 5 on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know anything that's not $20.
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about our list of $20 items is never ending. Because if you go to
1,000
Walmart,
things,
there's a million things that are $20 that you happen to need.
And that's how like the dollar stores survive and whatnot, because they might only last for 2 things, okay? But you're looking at something that's $1 that you see everywhere else as 5. And it's like, ooh, that is a good price. No, no, sir, it is not. All right. Oh, Nomadic Giant says $9 for a day's work here in the Philippines. Yeah, but what can you get? You have to be able to get more with your $9.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would take the price cut.
Right.
Price,
but that's why like we save our Bitcoin, we save our money here, and that's why you can go over there and live off of your money as long as you're willing to live at the level that those people live at. You know, because a lot of it is your American expectations of running water and power and
ACs and like internet.
Yeah, bugs and all those other things.
Yeah, no, not a lot of a
not
change.
compound living.
No. See, it would be fine. It would be absolutely fine. The only thing I don't like is the snakes and the spiders. And if we have like scorpions, because those really creep me out.
Yeah, I don't know if I like scorpions either. I haven't encountered too many. So.
Yeah, when you go jungly, like it's like the more crazy stuff. All right, so.
Of course, what are you guys thinking? Do you guys have any thoughts about these cryptocurrency markets? We're just hanging out this evening. If there's anything you want to talk about, please comment in the chat.
Zach Bandera saying that he saw an IT job for $10 an hour. Oh, yeah. See, that's some crap. Whatever. All right. Public Awakening is here.
But it's like, I went $30,000 in debt to go to school for 2 years. So, and then you want to turn around and pay somebody $12 an hour? I think I had seen what was it? The people that go to Home Depot and Lowe's in the garden section and like trim the plants and change them out so that they're fresh new ones and stuff. They make $11 an hour.
To make them like still buy worthy or whatever and restock them and probably miss them and whatever they do.
I heard about a job where the porter for a car lot was making like $16 or $17 an hour. So it's like,
what is the ratio here?
Right.
Like, oh, whatever. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, why can't there be like a middle ground? Because I'm pretty sure Flower Dude should have at least more
communism. That's the way we go. Communist. Everybody
goes
to you go to the post office. Yeah, you go to the post office and they'll give you job. Job tells you all pays the same.
You go to grocery store. You stock shelves. All job pays the same. All right. So okay. So Zach Mandera says that we're probably about the same age then. Yeah. Zaza said I got 5 on it. I know. Sometimes don't listen to the things that come out of his mouth, and that's Nomadic Giant says so true. I am for I have said cost of living by location, and all is relative. Yeah, I know. I mean, we do live out in the middle of nowhere. So it is like no matter what, I've already made peace with the fact that I'm driving like 40 miles to get almost anywhere to get any kind of a job.
My half brother, Micah, who did one show with us here once, he lives outside of Chicago in Oak Park, Illinois, and he goes into Chicago and delivers for a small pizza place
that he's done off and on for like 20 years. Yeah. I mean, like family friendness.
He said that he clears almost $30 to $40 an hour based on his tips.
I mean, what?
It's like, I just need to come up there and work for a month and then just come home and sit around for 2 months and then come back because the pay would take care of
there
the
you
time.
go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just like trucker, like, 12 days on, 10 days off, It's on the same coast. We could. All right.
Commuter flights to go deliver pizzas in Chicago because it pays that much better.
Oh, come on. That's like $80-something for a commuter flight. I mean, you might have to have 2 changeovers or something in there, but...
You have a beautiful mind, Samantha.
All right, Public Awakening says that when he was in high school, he made $6.15 an hour. See, we're all like the same age.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My
good.
first job was at a Ponderosa in 99. Washing dishes. I don't remember. I thought it was like $5.75 or something.
Well, you did have to like mess with sharp knives and stuff. Maybe they paid you like.
No, I think it was minimum wage.
Oh, well, you're also in New York then.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was in New York, upstate.
Oh, I am says ETH is pumping. Woohoo!
Yes, I seen that ETH was pumping. I mean, why? Right. I mean, I see that the altcoins are up. They're up like 6%. Some of them are 12. I would like to see it continue into tomorrow because a couple false alarms. At the same time, you can't just keep falling because altcoins have been down. I think I seen Tron at barely over a penny, 1.6 now or 1.7, and they're up 10%. So I don't know. If you go to use the Steam back dollar as an indicator, they're still way below.
Right. Throw back to that one.
Yeah, I think I seen that at 81 cents, but they're not pumping today. So I mean, I'm not much of an altcoin trader. I don't really have advice. I'm just saying that personally, I'd be leery because we've seen several false starts and people wondering if it was altcoin season. It never lasts more than a day or two. So let's see where this goes. I mean, maybe this is just traders trying to make money.
Not financial advice.
Yeah, the traders just trying to make money, and it sparks and sets things off as we're sitting here moving sideways with Bitcoin for so long, waiting to get closer to back because it really does seem like everyone's waiting for that to either move us in one direction or the other.
It's like when you're fishing and you have the bobber and like it's all like slightly windy and you're all like, oh man, is that a bob or is that just hate it.
You'll know, okay?
That is
You'll
my
know.
cryptocurrency equation for today, okay? And see, what did you say? You'll know.
No.
All right.
Oh, the mosquitoes are starting to come out, Samantha.
Yes, it is. Ooh, IFRM says to get paid 1 BTC per hour. Oh, that would be nice.
There probably were days that were like that back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I know. It just sucks, when you're like, man, we were living it up in computer labs at that point in time. Why did no one ever
Right.
Really? Fine, such is life.
I told you I came across Bitcoin once. I didn't even understand enough to know what was going on. It was that I had come across it, and the ideal is that everybody was mining it with the USB flash drives that were plugging in, and they were showing big strips and a whole bunch of them all plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
But that would have been definitely the time to get into it because that was at the beginning of the first ASICs. So, but you live, you learn. We're into Bitcoin now. We got enough to, I'm sure that there's people in other countries that would definitely wrench attack us for what we have, Samantha. Perspective. Yeah. Always about perspective.
I don't know. You know me. I'm always a glass half full kind of gal. All right. IFRS says question.
Okay.
Do we live in a 2-sheriff world, Ethereum and BTC?
I know that at the beginning, a lot of people in Bitcoin were saying no to Ethereum, right? And then we seen Andreas Antonopoulos embrace it, and people had kind of shrugged their shoulders and were like, maybe not. And then they started criticizing them. Now that we're looking at the lack of scaling for Ethereum, right? And the congestion building, we're going to have to wait and see what happens. right? Because we are coming to, there will be an eruption point, right? With the building on the network and everything. And it is, are they going to be able to scale before the building on the network gets to be too much? Because we've seen the jaws, if I'm pronouncing that right, going way up. But we have all these other projects. So I think that right now they're going to hold second place, and I think that they're probably going to hold second place for a little while, but then I think eventually that we'll see projects that scale quicker and better and faster, like how we're looking at Hashgraph right now, just coming out of the works. That at some point they will be more appealing to these people that are making Ethereum have value, because Ethereum's value comes from the fact that they can run a smart contract and all those ICOs that ran on them, all those tokens. Well, eventually over time, all those tokens either have main nets or going to move over to somewhere else when it's cheaper, when you see their fees go skyrocketing because they're unable to scale and they're still trying to get transactions to get through, right? Why would not go over to Hashgraph at, 1,000th of a cent? If it's not even actually the blockchain that you care about, it's just your token that's getting moved around. That's all you technically care about.
Yeah.
You only care about what is the fee in the background to get my token moved around.
The fastest and the yes.
I mean, that is the problem, is that in the cryptocurrency space, you can't look at it just from your angle and aspect, because of course, mine is always for the revolution, for the future, for the betterment of Bitcoin, but everybody has their own perspective. And in most cases, it is narrow sighted to what am I trying to do? How do I make a buck?
Yes, whatever right. Your end goal is. That means
so if you look at everything through that person's perspective of, oh, how do I get this done and make a buck, then it'll probably give you what's actually going to happen here in the cryptocurrency market. Because as we've seen over the years, 99.9% scams don't return you your value unless you time the top perfectly. It didn't get you what you were promised.
All right.
That was a big rant. I'm sorry.
I have says
sorry,
a possible scaling solution by January for Ethereum. And Zach Mandera,
we've heard it so many times that it's another little boy that's cried wolf. It's like you want to believe it, you want to hope, but the ideal is that if it happens and everybody forgets everything else and they all come over to Ethereum, and then we're talking that we need sharding. And we're still so far away from anything like that happening.
I don't know. They do just need to produce, and I will be happy.
I don't know. We were talking earlier, what was it that Crypto Zombie was showing the blockchain and how the times have gotten shorter because of the hash rate was up. And he said that it could get to be less. And ultimately, that's not true, because there's a difficulty adjustment. So the difficulty adjustment will just adjust really high and bring it back up to 10 minutes. So you really couldn't get it that low, at least not for that long.
Yeah.
But the 10 minutes is important, right? Decentralization takes time. You can't have decentralization in a split second. That's where the power is. This is where I keep focusing my attention, because if you're willing to compromise that, then of course you can make amazing technology in a centralized database. But time is required for decentralization, because that says that no one person, everyone has to wait. Everybody has to go around the world.
Everybody has to verify.
Right. We all have to check the box. And that's where the power is. That is where the $10,000 that Bitcoin is worth is in that. So people can say, oh, it's not, it's not scaling, it's not this. Well, segregated witness has doubled our ability to put, transactions in. We still got 2x more to go, right? If everybody can get on board. Lightning is ironing out its bugs. So while we go ahead and get the other 2x by adopting more segregated witness, let Lightning iron out its bugs. How long does that give us? Another year? Another 2 years? Well, okay. Let's see where Lightning is in 3 years from now.
Zach Bandera says Ethereum difficulty compared to BTC difficulty is insane. And I agrees with him.
I'm just talking. It's... My news went out the window before you guys all got here.
Forever ago.
Yeah. So it's just hanging out. I don't know. I mean, I haven't changed my opinions or thoughts on Bitcoin. I mean, I do want to see these technologies flourish because that'll bring attention to the space, right? And the big thing is that the space is great. We can change the world with it. But the decentralization and the power of Bitcoin is the ultimate power. You know, you can have all the Litecoin you want, you can have all the Dash you want, but I mean, that's not going to revolutionize the world.
AM 4AM says you're spot on, Eugene. Apparently, your rant is not that ranty. Yay.
All right.
Right?
Is that about it?
It is. It is.
All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys coming out here and hanging out with me tonight, listening to me go on and on about Bitcoin and how I think it's the future. I'm glad that you guys hit the thumbs up button. It means a lot to us. I got links down below to take you out to the other social media platforms that I'm posting to. If you guys would come over and check those out, that'd be great because I have 3 or 4 followers on Facebook. I love you guys over there, Paul Rouleau and Josh and Katie. So, I mean, if you're not one of those 3, that means you got to come over there and you got to give me a like on Facebook. Other than that, Twitter, I'm posting it, the videos on Twitter. I usually try to get them up 5-6 minutes before this.
Yeah.
Like goes out or whatever.
The starting.
We still didn't do that dark web video tonight. We're supposed to go do it here after this one because you said today, because I asked you yesterday and you said tomorrow.
Right.
So we're gonna go take care of that here in just a little while, probably after we eat dinner. And no Samantha tomorrow. So
not unless something amazing happens at my job where, you know.
Probably no video tomorrow. Looking at a solo video of me on Thursday, and then we'll see where we're at from there. So, of course, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And if you forgot about that thumbs up, I don't know what you guys are thinking now. All right, because you hung out way too late in this show to be sitting here not hitting the thumbs up. All right, you guys, take care of each other. Have a good dinner. All right.
Or breakfast or lunch, whatever you're
yes,
doing.
Yes, of course. Nomadic Giant, right? Over there in the Philippines.
Morning.
Morning, right? Huevos Ranchero.
You're so...
All right, you guys. Keep that BTC safe. Later.
Bye, guys.